Well, and that's going to continue to be the story. Meltzer would write the Abbott decision, as well as the decision to make Oklahoma the cruiserweight champion and not change the tag team titles from David Flair and Crowbar, basically rendering all those belts meaningless, led to a showdown internally on Friday. So 2 days prior to this, there's a big showdown with Russo being removed from his final decision-making position. Russo, who had 21 months left on a 2-year incentive-based contract, was invited to stay with the company as part of a booking committee, which would have included Kevin Sullivan, J.J. Dillon, and Terry Taylor. Bob Mould, who had just quit the company a few weeks earlier because of frustration due to Russo, and he was having philosophical differences of what pro wrestling was, and his ideas were generally not being used. He was also brought back. Kevin Nash, who Bush described as his best friend among the wrestlers, was also given increased power as a liaison of sorts between the wrestlers and management, a decision that was not popular with what appears to be the majority of the roster. Although the heat on Nash was almost non-existent compared to that of Sullivan, even though the company's track record when Sullivan had power was far better than when Nash had power. Roos had not, as of the weekend, declined the offer. The comments he's made during this period would lead to believe that he's leaning heavily towards leaving the company altogether. Both Ferrara and Bill Banks, who Russo brought with him from the WWF to write and put together TV shows, agreed to stay with the company with diminished powers as TV writers, and Ferrara still thought Russo would stay as a member of the committee, but not if Sullivan was on the committee. And Banks asked to be reassigned from writing television to working on the magazine and internet site, but was also talked into staying as a television writer. This is like the backstage soap opera is better than anything you guys were presenting on TV.
You know what it's kind of like? It's kind of like the NBA right now. The soap operas that happens in the NBA with fans throwing things on the court and players getting in fights and arguments with management. It's much better than the basketball game itself. And it is like a soap opera. And I forgot all about Bill Banks until you brought up his name.
By the way,
wow,
your boy,
which one?
Great close personal friend of the show.
Mm-hmm. Who?
Bruce Pritchard.
Oh,
he had fucking nothing nice to say about Bill Banks a few years ago. And I only met Bill a few times back in the day, and he always seemed to be a really nice guy to me. What was your experience with old Bill?
I got along with Bill Banks fine. I didn't have that much dealings with him. He didn't seem to be very demonstrative. He didn't seem to be very, guy that spoke up a lot. He was kind of quiet, but he was okay. Bruce didn't like him, huh?
Now, Bruce shit on him on a TNA podcast a while back. It was probably 3 or 4 years ago now, but either way.
Is Banks still in the business?
Yeah.
WWE?
He works with your mom. You know about that?
With my mom?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Check it out.
Okay.
And Nitro, New World Order and the Crow, Thunder, Russo, Arquette, Champ, Vinnie, Mac, simulcast. Tony's back with Conrad, not your classy podcast. Watch along, try not to laugh. Lowest rules can't pass. This wasn't the initial plan. Tom Zigg's a good-looking man. Klondike Bill, make a trip. Tommy, you come over here.